Good morning. Thank you for joining me in this morning mindfulness practice. Do you have faith? Do you believe that everything is working out in your favor? That's such a lovely way to live, especially when you're in the middle of chaos and you can decide, you can just feel I'm I'm in the middle of it right now, but I know that everything is working out the way it's supposed to. Just like when you're in the middle of a renovation, building a house, building a fence, building anything, maybe undertaking a major project like spring cleaning or decluttering. Sometimes you get into the middle of it and you think, this is never going to end. But you know that you just keep going and it's going to be beautiful. And when it's done, you can sit back and relax and say, oh, it's even better than I imagined. Well, if you have a beautiful picture of your life as an ideal destination, know that you're in the middle of the journey. And when you reach that destination, it's going to be worth it. You might be in the middle of studying for exams, going after a master's degree or another type of education where you know once you're finished, that will lead you to be able to earn more money, to have more respect, to have maybe a better status or a completely different occupation. You know it'll be worth it, but hard work and attention goes into studying while you're waiting for that big opportunity. If you've ever planted a garden, you know it takes lots of preparation, preparing the soil, planting the seeds, watering, nurturing, pulling out the weeds. And then the seeds need sunshine, they need nutrients in the soil, and then they grow. They grow at the pace they're supposed to grow. And the time to harvest is not the time that you sow the seeds. The time that you harvest is not the day after. You don't go out into your garden and dig up the seeds wondering why they haven't turned into vegetables yet. You know that everything good takes time. We live in a world of time and space, but we also live in a world of potential, of possibility, of things that we don't know, things that are unseen. It's all energy. Someone once defined faith as believing in spite of the evidence that indicates failure. If you went out into your garden and a couple of days after you planted and showed your friend, look at my beautiful garden, and they say, are you nuts? There's nothing there but a patch of dirt. Oh, I see some weeds. Well, think of your mind as a fertile garden. If you don't pull the weeds out by the root, the beautiful ideas can't grow. They get choked out by the weeds. And to me, weeds are the negative thoughts that have been planted by other people, or they've just blown into your mind by listening to what's going around you, what's happening in the news, what you heard growing up. Those weeds are not your fault, but you can pull them out and nurture the beautiful ideas the seeds of possibilities of what do you truly desire? What do you want to grow in your life? After a period of time, what would the harvest look like? You've already done all the work. What is your reward? Is it a wonderful, purposeful business that is flourishing? You're serving how many customers? 10, 100, millions? How many customers or clients would you love to affect with your business, with your knowledge, with your service? Everything is possible unless you talk yourself out of it, unless you talk about limitations. We don't know what's in store. What we focus on is what we would love and the well-being, how it will feel once we've attained that goal, once we've hit the target, once we're truly living the life that we love. If your passion is painting or singing or walking in nature, carve out a little bit of time every day or at least once a week to do something that you really enjoy. You might have to give up something of a lesser nature. Maybe you have to give up watching TV or hanging out with people that are not on the same page as you anymore. Maybe you have to take time to sit quietly and meditate on your picture, getting clear of what it looks like, what it feels like. What do you really want? Take a deep breath in and let that go. Allow calmness and peace to settle in. Allow any tension of rushing and hurrying to calm down. Some of the most effective people in the world have said, calm down, slow down to speed up. That means taking some time to rest, to rejuvenate, to reset, to rejoice in your victories. Allow yourself time to breathe and enjoy, refreshing your body, your mind, and your spirit. And then you can go at it again with more vigor. You can accomplish more in less time because, like you're a new person, you're filled with vitality. You know that that works with machinery. It also works with people. You know, things happen to us all the time that could be considered horrible. Sometimes it's the universe wiping out what's not serving us in order to bring to us what we really want. Do you take the time to imagine what you want? Imagine what it would feel like to be already enjoying that. We've been taught that you get an idea and you push and you grind and you make it happen. But what we're not told is that's just a tiny part of what really happens. The universal energy is always swirling around us, moving things, bringing to us what we're in harmony with. If we're focused on problems and challenges, that's all we can see. You can see a mountain in front of you and worry and stress about how you're going to get to the other side, or you can be challenged and love the climb to the summit and plant your flag in the top and say, "Look what I did. I reached the top." There are lots of people who have climbed Mount Everest, but in the beginning, many years ago, it was thought impossible. It was thought that if a person attempted to climb Mount Everest, they would surely die, until it was done. And now thousands of people climb Mount Everest every year. You might not want to climb mountains, but maybe you want to build a business. Maybe you want to retire. Maybe you want a promotion or a fulfilling love life. Doesn't matter what you want, but make a game out of what would it feel like to be there after I get the prize. How am I going to feel? Victorious, accomplished, celebrated, healthy, vitally alive, calm and peaceful, happy and healthy? When you believe something, it stays with you wherever you go. You cherish your beliefs, and you often go to great lengths to defend them whenever they're challenged. What do you believe about yourself? You believe that you are worthy of receiving a beautiful image that comes into your mind when you just sit quietly and think about, what does the best life look like to me? How am I going to feel when I attain that goal? You're in love, you're loved, you're doing purposeful work, you're enjoying that trip of a lifetime. You bought the house or the car, or you've renovated your house and the project is done. Whatever you create in your mind, you can create in physical reality, because physical reality is the last stage. Everything starts in your mind with a clear vision, with something you want to go after. You might say it's a goal or a dream, a someday I'm going to do that. Do you believe that you're worthy of that? Most people have a lot of negative beliefs about themselves. They've done a lot of good, and yet they think it's not good enough. They've done their best, and then they have guilt that they could have done more. They try to be everything to everyone, and then they forget about taking care of their own heart, mind, and body. In the ABCs of Success, Bob Proctor talks about positive beliefs, and he says, if you're like most people, you probably believe you're 10 pounds overweight, or maybe that you should have stayed in school, or should have paid more attention to your parents' advice, or maybe you should have gone against what your parents said you should do. The list of beliefs goes on and on. The vast majority of our population believes fairly negative concepts about themselves. They know or they understand very little about themselves, how beautiful and powerful they truly are. You should have good and sound reasons for all of your beliefs. Most, if not all, of these false beliefs we hold were picked up when we were children and have never been questioned. They're then used as excuses to justify poor performance. Negative beliefs are useless, non-productive waste of mental and physical energy. Around the turn of the 19th century, William James said, "Believe, and your belief will create the fact." If you hold negative beliefs about yourself, you can be sure that your results will prove you right. However, clearly understand that the opposite is also true. When you hold powerful, positive beliefs about yourself, your results will reflect how accurate your beliefs are. If you're not happy with the way your life is going, question your beliefs. Get a good book or study a program and learn many of the beautiful truths about yourself. You will find that studying the positive aspects of yourself will be an exciting adventure. You will be openly rewarded for the time and effort you put into this project. No person has the right to dictate what another person should perceive, create, or produce, but all should be encouraged to reveal themselves, their perceptions and emotions, and to build confidence in the creative spirit. Let's not be narrow, nasty, and negative. As is our confidence, so is our capacity. There are countless stories of men and women who had great purpose and high ideals and who worked towards and reached incredible goals. Time after time, these people came up against obstacles or circumstances that would destroy the average person. These people would find themselves in situations that appeared devastating. They might have lost fortunes or loved ones, or possibly had to battle some great physical problem, but they never appeared to waver. It seemed as if nothing could stop them. You likely can think of a number of people you know personally or know of who are giants when it comes to producing in your industry. The history of sports is filled with such examples as well. Think about people who overcame great odds, people born without legs who win competitions, people born without sight who have created fantastic works of art or poetry or music. They have overcome more obstacles than people who are fully sighted and can see, hear, taste, touch, and smell and have all of their limbs and vital health. They've worked harder than most people to accomplish their goals. What made these people great wasn't the typical working harder. Instead of banging their head against the wall, they thought about their dream goals, and they did work hard. They put in the effort to not only dream about their life, but feeling the sense of accomplishment and what that would mean to them and their family and their loved ones, their community, the world. They didn't even know how many lives they would be affecting. They just wanted something. What made these people great was their belief or faith. They had unshakable faith. No one and nothing could disturb or destroy their faith. It could very easily appear as if some emotional or capricious God had singled out, reached out to, and touched these individuals and caused them to do such great things. But everyone, including you, has been touched, blessed, endowed with these tools. You must develop a belief or faith based on understanding, just as these people did for themselves. Their faith was not blind, the kind that is easily shattered like fine crystals with the first knock that comes along. Their faith had a strong foundation based on understanding. You can gain knowledge and study, gain understanding that leads to faith. These people are often referred to as spiritual people, and it's not difficult for them to believe or have faith because they know that they can do whatever they visualize. They know they are dynamic, creative beings, and so are you. It can be scientifically proven that every cell of your being will react to your thinking. Negative thinking patterns will start to create anxiety, fear, doubt, depression, and dis-ease in your body. Faith is a knowledge within the heart beyond the reach of proof. Mankind is made by his belief. As you believe, so are you. As a man believes in his heart, so is he. As you believe, you can feel the well-being. You know you are creating whatever is in your mind. Make it beautiful. Faith indeed tells what the senses do not tell, but not the contrary of what they see. It is above them and not contrary to them. When you believe something, it stays with you wherever you go. What belief have you planted in your heart? As you cherish your beliefs, as you challenge some of the beliefs that are not serving you, as you start to have faith in yourself, you can tap into that invisible energy. Embracing the calm, asking for guidance, and doing what your heart desires instead of fighting against. Try going with the flow of energy, of calm and peace and well-being. And as you feel at ease, better ideas will come to you. You'll be able to think clearly. Creative solutions will come to you out of the blue where you couldn't think because you were holding on to have to do something. You're holding on to stress. You're holding on to ignorance, worry, doubt, fear. Visualize how you want your life to be. It's simple, it's easy, it's fun. It takes practice. Are you practicing what you want or what you don't want? Ask yourself, do I believe in my affirmations? Do I believe the reward that's waiting for me? Do I believe that I'm worthy of receiving all the good that is in my heart? What does it look like? What does it feel like to be calm and in control, to be loved and respected? Is that the vibrational energy that I'm sending out into the world? The thoughts that you think pick up momentum. They build. The ideas build and build and build. You want to be thinking and feeling beautiful ideas, ideas of health and well-being, ideas of ease and flow. Breathe deeply before you go out into your day. Take 3 deep breaths in. Feel the calm wash over you. Feel as if you are unstoppable. Whatever you believe, you can achieve. Whatever you're asking for, you will receive when you believe it, when you have faith, when you trust the process, when you know what you want, and you make room for it in your life. Maybe there's something that you have to give up in order to attain your goal. Maybe you have to give up the struggle. Maybe you have to allow it in. Maybe you have to let it be easy. What is it that you truly desire? Write it down and give thanks as if it's already here. And you will receive creative ideas out of the blue. And once you take action on those new, beautiful, bold ideas in the state of ease and calm and flow, everything that you desire comes to you. That's how everything in the universe works. Thank you for joining me in this morning mindfulness practice. Focus on what you really want and allow it into your life. Thank you for joining me in this morning mindfulness practice. Create a wonderful day. I'll see you back here tomorrow morning at 7. And for my clients, I'll see you back here at 9 o'clock to talk about what is your attitude and what is your attitude bringing to you. Thank you.